Have you ever had these thoughts? What if they don't like how I play? What if they think I'm not good enough? Or what if they don't take me seriously? We all have. If you've thought these things as a pianist, whether you're performing, accompanying, auditioning, or teaching, you are definitely not alone. But today I want to share something that has completely changed the way I approach these thoughts. I recently read this book, The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. And as I read the book, I realized that this simple mindset shift can help you set boundaries, stop stressing over other people's opinions, and focus on what really matters, your own growth and happiness at the piano. So let's get into it. I'm Rachel Ehring, and I help pianists turn their skills into income through accompanying. So, what is the let them theory? It's actually quite simple. Instead of trying to control how people perceive you, how they act, or what they think, you just let them. If someone underestimates you because you're just an accompanist, you let them. If a fellow pianist judges your playing, let them. If a client complains about your rates being too high, let them. And if a conductor has unrealistic expectations, let them. You cannot control what other people think or do. You can only control yourself, your reactions, and your boundaries, which we talked about in a recent video. For pianists, this concept is powerful because so much of our work is in collaboration with others: teachers, conductors, singers, instrumentalists, students, and even audiences. If we spend all our energy trying to manage everyone else's expectations and opinions of us, we lose focus on what we can control: our preparation, our playing, our thoughts, and our professionalism. Let's talk about people judging us. This is so common among musicians, to feel like we are constantly being judged by others. Have you ever felt judged by a conductor, a teacher, or even another pianist, or the audience? Maybe someone criticized your tempo choices or said your playing was too loud or too soft. Here's the truth: people will always judge. No matter how well you play, someone will always have an opinion. But their judgment says more about them than it does about you. So let them have that opinion. Instead of wasting time trying to win everyone over, focus on doing your best work. The right people will appreciate you, and the rest, not your problem. Now let's talk about expectations that people place on us. Pianists are often expected to be superhuman. Can you learn this entire score by tomorrow? Can you accompany my students for free? No, I can't. Can you sight read this impossibly difficult piece perfectly on the first try? Some people will always expect too much. Instead of bending over backwards and burning yourself out, set clear boundaries. I'd love to help, but I need at least a week to prepare. I charge for my time, and here's my rate. I'll do my best, but I can't guarantee perfection when I'm sight reading. If they get upset or push back, you let them. That's their issue, not yours. Your job is to set clear boundaries and then be willing to walk away if they can't accept those. But what if they disagree with your musical choices? Music is interpretation, and it's very subjective. We all know that. One conductor might want a slow tempo, another might want it to be more brisk. A singer might like a delicate touch, while another one wants you to be bold on the keys. If you're constantly changing yourself to please everyone, you'll never develop your own musical voice. Instead, make thoughtful musical decisions and then stand by them. If someone disagrees, let them. Take constructive feedback, have the conversation, but don't lose yourself in the process. This one can be a little tricky though, because as accompanists, there are times where we have to submit to someone who is in charge and is making the musical decisions for us. If you're working with a conductor and you disagree with his or her tempo, guess what? You still have to go with their tempo. That's your role as an accompanist. Of course, if you feel really strongly about a musical choice, you can talk to them about it, but ultimately the conductor or the soloist has the final say. And you know what you're going to do? That's right, you're going to let them. I remember playing for a choir conductor once who was conducting a song that I had accompanied many times as a solo piece. And this conductor did something musically that I had never done in all my years of accompanying the song as a solo accompanist. And honestly, I hated her musical choice. It irked me every time we did it in rehearsal. But ultimately, she was the conductor and had the authority to make the musical decisions. So I had to go along with her choices in that particular instance. Here are my final thoughts for you on this topic. So much stress as a pianist comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. What others think of us, how others act, whether we get every gig or opportunity. Instead, let's shift our focus to what we can control. There's a second part to the book by Mel Robbins, and that is the let me part. It talks about what we can do to change ourselves and our responses. So here are some things that we can control: how well we prepare, how we respond to challenges that come up, how we set our boundaries, and how we develop our own musicianship. When you embrace the let them theory, you free yourself from the pressure of pleasing everyone, and that's when you really start to shine as a pianist. I encourage you to check out the book, The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins, and I have a favor to ask you. If you're about to run to Amazon and buy the book, do me a huge favor and just click on the link in this video description. As an Amazon affiliate, I get a very small percentage of the sale without you having to pay any extra, so it helps me as a creator continue creating. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Have you ever struggled with people's opinions or unrealistic expectations as a pianist, and how did you handle it? And if you want more strategies for thriving as an accompanist, be sure to check out the resources I have available on my website. All the links are down below. I'm Rachel Ehring, and I will see you in the next video.